Hi, this is Bobby Brown, and welcome to another fucking podcast.
You kids with your loud music and your Dan Fogelberg, your Zima, hula hoops, and Pac-Man video games, don't you see? People today have attention spans that can only be measured in nanoseconds.
See, son, old legends never die. They just lose weight.
Like a legend and an out-of-work bum with a lot of life.
Hello, you crazy dick fucker!
Party time!
Hello, Las Vegas. Hello, world. And hello, our loyal minions. We are back. Yes, we are finally back. After a 2-month tour of Europe, Scandinavia, and the subcontinent, it is Metal Edge presents another effing podcast. I, of course, am your host, Izzy Presley, and my other host, the other host, Mr. Paul Gargano. Good day, sir.
Good day.
A while.
I feel like, you know what? We've seen each other. We just haven't seen each other on Zoom.
Right. And I know everybody's like, dude, where's the show? Where have you guys been?
Okay. Well, I will take full responsibility for that. I am busy.
Everybody asks, I go, well, talk to Paul.
No, it's I was traveling a lot, like June, July, August. I traveled a lot. I went to Kuwait with Drowning Pool over the 4th of July. I was in Connecticut for a while, saw a bunch of shows there. It's just been the traveling and then everything else going on. It's just like, oh yeah, we can do something next week. And then next week, I'm like, next week, you know how it is, because you're the one I do it with.
Yeah, exactly. And I tell everybody, look, I can't do a Metal Edge podcast without Paul. So
yeah, that makes it difficult.
Yeah,
it would be like me doing. It would be like me doing an Izzy Presley podcast without Izzy.
Well, I mean, that might do better. I've busted out a couple Izzy Presley shows. Or one.
So see, you can't really blame it all on me, because you can do all the podcasts you want without me. You just can't call them Metal Edge.
Right, exactly. But look, in my
So
defense,
I was just a convenient excuse.
Yeah, no. Look, in my defense, because it's not all on you, it is on me a little bit too. You know, I work all day, every day.
Yeah.
I mean, every day. So it is what it is. But we're back because apparently, I don't know, Paul, I don't know if you know this, but apparently, to have a successful podcast, you have to put out content. So
how does that work?
I don't know. I don't know, but it is good to see.
And I will say this, to be fair, it's not just you. I have not done when I was in Kuwait with Drowning Pool, I wrote like 3 columns for Metal Edge, like my vinyl column that I do. And those are the last columns I've written too, just because I've officially gotten into that, you know, managing 7 bands and not having time to do things that aren't manager related. So
right. Well, look, I'm glad that all it took was the death of the Queen.
Yeah, I'm not laughing at the death of the Queen. I'm laughing that it took the death of the Queen to get us.
And the death of my Van Halen water shoes to bring us back together.
I actually did see the post about that. I did see the post. Those were water shoes. Okay.
Water shoes. Yeah. No, they were the best shoes I've ever had in my life. And they just happened to be Van Halen shoes. And the thing that sucks is the Van Halen store does not sell them anymore.
Of course.
All they have is like flip-flops now.
And if you look on eBay, they're probably like $700 or something stupid like that, right?
Oh shit. I have never we should find that out.
This is live. Here we go.
This is dude, this is what they call good radio.
Good radio.
Good radio.
I don't know about good.
All right. Go to eBay. Let us see. Because god damn it, I love those shoes. Van Halen. Dude, they were slip-on. Oh. No Van Halen waters. Oh, no. Oh, look, Eddie Van Halen shoes for only $200. Oh, dude. No, no luck. I could dig deeper. I could dig deeper. I'm really bummed though. I did have something on eBay and it didn't sell, and I'm kind of glad it didn't, because at Goodwill I found this 1960 hard copy of Charlotte's Web for just wait though, for $2. It was $2, and I put it up for $20. But here's the thing that's special about this, and because I love American Pickers, the story behind something.
Yeah, totally.
This is inscribed to Betsy from Aunt Margarita and Uncle Frank, 9/30/1960.
That's pretty awesome.
I'm kind of glad I held on to it. It didn't sell because it's weird. It's like.
Have you read Charlotte's Web?
Read.
What? I'm sorry. Have you looked at the pictures in Charlotte's Web?
Wait a minute. Is there pictures in here? Oh, there's web on. Oh, there is pictures. Sweet. Oh my God. How are you though, dude? It is really good to be back.
It is good to be back. Sorry, I just got a text message. No, it's great to be back. I'm doing well. I'm happy to be as busy as we are, and I'm happy to get back into firing these things out. And honestly, I was looking forward to just having an episode with you where we caught up on everything.
Yeah.
Because we've got quite a bit to catch up on.
Yeah, we do, because a lot of shit has happened.
We have not talked since Tommy Lee unveiled his penis to the world on Instagram.
You know what though? All the girls that were freaking out about that, you've seen it already.
Oh no, you've seen it already. That was
I've watched him steer a boat with it. Not in person, on video, of course.
I know. See, most of us would look away when that starts. You just keep watching. That's why we love you.
It's like Jesus fuck. Now he's honking the horn. All 10.
Wait, now it's wrapped around the steering wheel.
And now he's steering it in the water.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But Motley hasn't played Vegas yet, right?
Tomorrow night.
Are you going?
Probably not. I don't have
Probably
tickets.
Not. Okay.
I don't have a hookup. Actually, I might have. No. No, I don't.
It was a really, really good show. I mean, we were kind of, the problem with going to shows in LA is like when you're working the business, you don't really get to watch the show for that long. So I ended up seeing I saw like a third of Poison, and then was like, I have to go to the bathroom, and I was gonna run during Your Mama Don't Dance. I'm like, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. And Andy Gould's like, oh, I'm gonna go to the bathroom with you. And then we didn't make it back in until right before Def Leppard, because then he got hungry, and then I wanted a drink, and then we ran into people we knew. So I was like, that's it. So I saw like 1/3 of Poison, and then we saw like 1/3 of Def Leppard from our seats. And then Andy was like, come up into Motley's manager's private suite. So we're like, okay. So missed all the rest of Def Leppard. And then their suite, ironically, it was Motley's manager's suite, but you really couldn't see the stage that well. So it's like, and there were a bunch of people, it's like a bunch of people we know. So it's like you're talking to people. Show started. It was, I'm not a big I really get tired of a lot of the Vince criticism, because I think it's I think we all have revisionist history to when we were kids. But at the end of the day, the one thing so many people forget is back when we were teenagers, and back when I was in my 20s when I was in my 20s, I think, when Dr. Feelgood came out. But it was like, what year was Dr. Feelgood? Hold on. I was in college.
89. It was 89 or
I was in college, so it wasn't my 20s. Okay.
Jesus Christ, you're that much older than me?
I'm 51.
No, then you couldn't have been in college.
Here's the thing.
Because I was a junior in high school.
I'm looking it up right now. And I love when people get mad that we don't know this shit off the top of our heads. What do you mean you don't know it off the top of your head? I'm like,
you're metal edge. You should know this.
You know how much useless information is in my head? All right, it came out. Yep. All right, so I was right. It was college. I just had the wrong year. It came out August 28th, 1989. And I was in college August 28th, 1989. That was like probably my first or second week of college.
Oh, okay.
So because the Dr. Feelgood tour played the Bradley Center, the big stadium in Milwaukee. and I can't find Zoom to come back. There it is. So, and I think there's a statute of limitations on this, so I can tell the story now. I've actually told it to Vince before. There was a small riot at the show in Milwaukee that I may or may not have been a big part of starting, because when everybody rushed the stage, I was in like the front row on the side, and I just kind of like looked around, hopped down onto the stage, or hopped onto the floor, and a whole lot of people followed me. And Vince made a comment about it, got arrested for inciting a riot, and blah 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 blah. So yeah, it was a great show.
Dude, I mean, what did you just jump the fence and go, fuck you guys, I'm gonna be on VH1 and I'm gonna run fucking Metal Edge, motherfuckers, a few years from now?
That's exactly what I said. 5 years from now, 6 years from now. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, but it was funny. Anyway, back then you go to those shows and look, it's Vince was never the most pristine vocalist of the era. They were always one of the absolute greatest bands, period, all around. Great performers, great everything, great stage show. But nobody ever went to see Motley Crue because Vince was the greatest singer on the planet. The difference back in 89, 90, 91, even earlier, was that you only read about stuff like that in Metal Edge or Hit Parader or Circus or Cream. Yep. And we weren't ripping people apart. We were talking about what was great about the bands. We weren't the major daily newspaper critics going, oh my God, he was dropping a vocal here and there, or he was a little pitchy, or he was this. And the people that did do that, we were like, well, that's why we don't read the major daily newspapers, because they're not true rock fans. So like back then, we were all like united in support of the artists we love. And today it's just like everybody just feels like they're fucking entitled to their opinion, and they have a right to bitch about everything. And you know, I don't think it's right.
No, I agree. I always say it's like, dude, it's like, yeah, everybody has a right to opinion, but not. I don't think everybody should have a right to an opinion.
Everyone's got a right to an opinion. That doesn't mean I want to hear it. That's
exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, you know, it's like, dude, it's like, come on, dude, just
look.
Chill
it was exactly what I expected. Joan Jett was fantastic. It was borderline criminal that there was really nobody in the stadium when she was on. At least this is how it was in LA.
Well, hold on, but dude, she's on at what, 5 o'clock?
Oh no, she was on early. Yeah, I think she went on at 5-ish.
Everybody was stuck in traffic trying to get to the show.
I gotta be honest with you. I've been to 2 shows at SoFi Stadium and didn't have traffic problems at either one. I heard it was about 2 hours to get out of SoFi after Motley, but we knew the set list and we left right before the encore. So I think we missed Same Old Situation and Kickstart My Heart. I don't remember. I know Kickstart was the last song of the night, and we knew we went to the Rainbow. So we were at the Rainbow before most people were even. It was like a 25-minute drive to the Rainbow, and we were there before most people were even at their cars after the show ended. And that was a conscious decision on our part.
Did you have did you have to take a Lyft or an Uber? Or did you have Andy Gould's personal driver?
We had Andy Gould. Yeah, we were with Andy, so that was
yes. Nice.
Which makes life a lot easier. But but again, so Poison were amazing. I think Brett is like, I love Def Leppard. Brett's the best front man on that tour, and I think that says a lot about the band, because back then when you had the great front man, you were good. I think if Poison played in the dark, they would have probably given both Def Leppard and Motley a real run for their money. They were fantastic. CeCe looked amazing. Bobby and Ricky, great. I loved Poison. Def Leppard, I'd seen them at the Whiskey. I think we talked about this. I was at the taping they did for Sirius XM, and they were amazing then, and they were amazing now. I mean, it's just, they sound perfect. They looked great. Awesome lighting. And then Motley was a carnival. You know, that's what you expect from Motley. You know, you want to see the circus come to town, the dancing girls and everything, and it was good.
That's cool. Well, look, the thing that still blows my mind about Def Leppard is they're 100% live.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, dude, no, man, no, I swear to God, they're on tape. It's like, no, they are not. But I saw a sound check, and it's because they have a CD for sound check.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's, you know, I don't really agree. I know this is like I don't really agree with the criticism of things being fully live, not live. I mean, by the time you get up to the stadium sense, like I mean, I'll use Paul McCartney as a great example. I think at any given point in time, there's four people singing on stage with Paul McCartney. I
Yep.
mean, the reality is these bands, they're getting older. And you know what? Sometimes it helps to have a little backing on stage. And I'm going to a show for the spectacle. When I go to a stadium show, I expect to see explosions and pyrotechnics and amazing lighting. I want that whole thing to be part of the experience. And honestly, if there's a little bit of backing vocals, backing tapes, if they're playing the tracks, that really doesn't bother me that much. And I know other people think that's borderline criminal. I don't I'm trying to think right now.
I
Yeah,
don't think
I,
there's
I don't
look,
manage a single. I don't manage a single band. I don't manage a single band that isn't 100% playing live. But a lot of bands play some backing tracks because they don't have the keyboard player live
well,
or
that's
something
different.
like
That's
that.
different.
You know what I mean? Like
That's
Drowning
different.
Pool. Drowning Pool have intros to some of their songs that the drummer cues, but they're not playing over everything else. That
Yeah.
annoys
Well,
me when people accuse bands of that. But at the same time, if they did, is it the end of the world? I don't think it is. I'm going out to have a good time. I'm going out to hear the music. I don't want to see Milli Vanilli, but if there's some tracks going on in the background, it doesn't kill me. That's
look,
just me.
I think there's I don't mind like if you have a keyboard player. I'm a lot like Eddie on this. Like, dude, if you have a keyboard and you don't want to bring a fucking keyboard player out, I get it, but
Yeah.
when your lead vocals are blatantly on tape,
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Going, whoa, no, tears are falling, and
And again, if that's the case, I'm going to Kiss to see a spectacle,
right.
and I'm not really paying attention to how perfect everything is. I'm there to celebrate Kiss. And again, I think there's a huge difference between when you do it at the Whiskey and when you do it in an arena setting or a stadium setting.
Right.
I mean, when you're playing in front of a couple hundred people and they can see everything that's going on very, very clearly. I mean, the other thing is, don't forget, everything's on YouTube now, which is the other thing. I mean, that's the other huge difference between 2022 and 1992. Everything's on YouTube now. So, it's
well, look, it's been going on. It's been going on.
There's been bands. And there's been bands, I mean, there's been very big bands where, the drummer's carrying the vocals and the singer's not always singing, stuff like that.
Right.
It's the whole point of that long drawn out thing that I'm sure will piss people off is that, I really wasn't offended by Vince. It's just, it didn't offend me. That was an amazing Motley Crue show. It was what I wanted to see. It was fully what I expected to see. And I loved it. It was a great time. I know, everybody I know that went had a good time. It was great.
Yeah, well, dude, that really is what it's about. But being a musician, it's different for me. You get
totally.
It's like dude, it's like when I saw the fucking Elvis movie, and when they were doing the '68 comeback, actually this morning at Smith's, I was talking to a guy in an Elvis jumpsuit. I think he's the guy that's out at the sign every day doing the photos. And we were talking about the movie. I go, what'd you think? He's like, hey man, I look, my dad said he loved it, and I haven't seen it yet, but I'm excited. I'm like, look, I showed him my leg. I'm like, look, dude, I got an Elvis tattoo. I loved it, but being a biopic, it's not going to be 100%, historically correct. But there was one point when they were doing the '68 comeback special, the black leather sit down thing, when they're in the circle,
Mm-hmm.
and Elvis goes, one thing I love about this show is they're going to let me do what I want to do, which is play what I want to play. And I yelled, that's not the line. They ruined the joke, because actually what he says is, which is sit down.
Picture your ginger rage just exploding.
No, what he actually says is, they're going to let me do what I want to do, which is sit down. And it's like, boom, there's a joke, and everybody laughs, and you fucking ruined it. Oh my God. That pissed me off. And the rap music did too, but that's a whole other thing.
Is that why you pee in pools? Sorry, that's a visual
Yes.
reference for people that are listening. Izzy's wearing a hat that says "I pee in pools."
One of my favorite gifts that I've ever received on the Monsters of Rock cruise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have a lot of favorite gifts. I don't get a lot of gifts. I've got some favorite gifts lately. My gift game has been getting increased pretty well. Like it's just when when you realize, wait, I gotta try to keep up with the millennials a little bit. I gotta get my gift game
dude,
going.
I basically speak in gifts and photos of a girl at a grocery store.
Yeah, can we talk about that? Can we discuss this?
Yes.
Let's discuss. So for those who don't follow, like as if there's anyone listening right now that doesn't follow Izzy on social media, but in case there's one person who doesn't, Izzy is in a relationship.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Yes.
So, but you finally found the love of a lifetime.
I finally found the love of a lifetime, and it is a girl that is in a poster in a few Smith stores. And I take a photo with her because I do Instacart. So I'm like in fucking grocery stores all fucking day long. And I kept seeing this girl. I'm like, dude, she's fucking hot. Oh, I could have fun with this. So I take a picture of myself and her every day and say, this could be us.
If you were real.
If you were real.
Oh my God.
Like the one today was because I was hungover this morning. It's all Dawson's fault.
And someone else's fault.
It's always someone else's fault. And it was like, so I made this horrible face and I look like shit. Saying this could be us hungover on the Monsters of Rock cruise and you mocking me for it.
I have, speaking of being hungover, I have discovered the joy of tequila and I don't get hungover, which is a very dangerous thing. And this is actually very real. If you dig it up and research, some people don't get hangovers from tequila. Kind of like some people's pee smells like asparagus. Some people don't get hangovers from tequila. And
you know why people's pee smells like asparagus? Because they just ate asparagus.
Because they just say asparagus. Well, that I was just, yes, the reference was to when you eat asparagus.
Right.
But yes, yeah, I wasn't saying just all the time my pee smells like asparagus. That's not what I was saying. Yes, the urine part of our show is brought to you by
high class dapper Izzy videos.
And irritated prostates from drinking too much.
Yep,
apparently that's a real thing. Drinking too much irritates your prostate. Yeah, I haven't drank that much yet, so I'll give it another couple of weekends. But I'm quite upset right now as we are about 10 minutes away from Youngblood taking the stage at the Whiskey, and I did not go because I wanted to do this with you.
Please tell me who Youngblood is.
Youngblood is like, imagine like Tommy Lee. Oh, there's your girlfriend in the background.
There she is.
And like, actually, that's a really good angle because she looks like she's just looking at you adoringly.
I know.
Which is how we know it's fake.
We do look good together.
You do. You guys look great together. Yeah. And she remarkably looks. She's a great makeup person because she looks the same in every picture.
She does. She does, and she has a great smile because she looks the same in every picture with the same smile too. It's amazing.
Yeah, Youngblood is an amazing British. She's a young, like early 20s British, kind of like punk rocker.
Okay.
Like totally in the spirit of a lot of the bands that we grew up on. And tonight for his new album release, he's playing the Viper Room, the Whiskey, and the Roxy in a row. So he's doing a set. Yeah, tonight. In one night, he's doing the Viper Room, the Whiskey, and the Roxy in a row. It is probably a madhouse on Sunset right now. Honestly, I drank so much this past weekend that I was like, I'd taken 3 days off from alcohol just because I got to reset the system a little bit. And we're going to Duran Duran tomorrow night, and I will not be taking tomorrow night off from drinking. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give myself Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night completely dry. So I have a coconut water because that's where I'm at right now. And that is why I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna skip Youngblood. I'm gonna be productive. I'm gonna get a podcast done. I'm going to maybe watch a movie and not be hungover tomorrow. Well, I wouldn't be hungover anyway because I drink tequila. But yeah,
Paul, there has been more tragedy in the world as well, since we've last chatted.
there's been a lot of tragedy in the world, actually.
Yeah, and one of the most tragic things is September 12th, for the first time in 50 years, Days of Our Lives is no longer going to be on broadcast television. It's only going to be on the Peacock app, and that kind of makes me sad a little bit.
I'm kind of still trying to get over the fact that you watched Days of Our Lives.
I've been watching it since high school. Actually,
wow.
Since middle school, grade school. Yeah.
My only soap opera is AEW wrestling. It is literally the only soap opera I watch, AEW wrestling.
We had a
but
nice,
man, it's good.
You actually caught me up on the happenings of AEW.
I did.
The real life, the shoot happenings.
It's so good because you don't know what's a shoot and what's a work anymore.
Yeah, see
and it's like you don't know. I mean, last night MJF cut a promo that was literally one of the best promo. Like literally, it was last night's MJF promo was up there with like the best Chris Jericho promos I've ever seen, and no one cuts a promo like Jericho. So that was like literally MJF was just genius last night.
Wow.
Because it was he did his return, and it was like you know what?
So he was gone.
Oh, he's been gone for a while. Yeah, and again, is it a work? Is it a shoot? Yeah, is it a work? Is it a shoot? We don't know. But he came back and just magical. Like the first 15 minutes of AEW last night were my hair was standing up on my arms. Which I'll tell you what, that's how it used to be when we watched wrestling as kids, you know, with like Big John Studd and Paul Orndorff and Superstar Billy Graham and Jesse the Body and, you know, all those guys. It's AEW's brought me back to like actually loving that again.
And see, my problem is though, it's not that I don't know a lot of actually I do know a lot of the guys in AEW because a lot of them are ex WWE guys. But my problem though is the matches, it's all spots. You know, it's just
you know what though, they've been working that really. They have. And a lot of those, and I think it also has to do a lot with who the wrestlers are, but it's Chris actually talked about it a bit in the press conference. Jericho talked about it in the press conference after the media scrum, after the All Out pay-per-view they just did. But it's just like and I think that's part of what keeps it interesting. Like Chris is in a throwback mode right now to his Lionheart character. So when he's got the Lionheart character, he's wrestling more and not being like the bruiser, you know, pain inflictor. So it's like I think it's just really lends itself to who's actually wrestling and how and they got a couple guys in there now, like Bryan Danielson. You know, he's a wrestler. He's an amazing. And there's a couple guys, Daniel Garcia. They're kind of putting themselves in a position where they can get away from the spot stuff, I think, when they want to, and it keeps it interesting.
You know, it's like one night I got hammered. I might do it again tonight. Not the get hammered part, but probably that too. There is, you can find it on YouTube. It's AWA Super Sunday 1983.
Oh, wow.
And I think that was the last time Hogan and Bockwinkel fought.
Wow.
Hogan won, but it was a total dusty finish. Fucking, so the call was the ruling was reversed because Bockwinkel had him in a sleeper, but Hogan was so big that Bockwinkel was on his back, and Hogan went over to the ropes and he threw Bockwinkel over the top rope, which is an automatic disqualification. That's old. I mean, it's old school professional wrestling. You know, you couldn't go off the top rope then in the AWA. So of course, you know, all hell. But actually, if you go and watch that, you will see Hulk Hogan wearing a shirt that says "We want the belt," and the back it says "Now or Never." And if you go to where you buy my T-shirts, you can get that T-shirt. Believe it or not.
Shameless plug.
But no, dude, it's great because you watch the entire show and it's so fucking. It's like, oh my god, this is what professional wrestling is.
Yeah, here's the other thing. I think wrestling has evolved just like everything else has evolved.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of say music is just about the spots now too, because how many people, I mean, as I stare at a vinyl collection that's over 2,200 albums big at this point, like I don't count myself, but like people don't care about albums anymore. You know, they care about songs. That's
Yeah,
it. You know, you listen to playlists, you listen to, it's not, I mean, music discovery isn't what it used to be.
Right.
I think same thing, people have a short attention span. And when you have a short attention span, you don't want to watch mat wrestling. These, you know, the kids today, they want to see spot after spot. They want to see
right.
flips off the top rope. They want to see the stuff. And, you know, to their credit, when they see it and they appreciate it, they chant, "This is awesome," for 30 seconds or a minute or whatever. And I appreciate the spots, because to me, a lot of those spots are just sheer athleticism.
Yeah,
And
of course.
I'm sweating watching them even try, let alone like, you know what I mean? I mean, I've had 4 detached retinas in the last 6 years. Every time I watch anyone take a hit, I cringe, but I love it. You know?
But you know, but like, dude, the thing that annoys the fuck out of me really about wrestling now, it's people kicking out of finishing moves.
Oh yeah.
You remember when Jake the Snake would hit that DDT?
You knew it was
you
done.
weren't getting up. When Hogan dropped that leg, you weren't getting up. You know?
Yeah.
You know, when Greg the Hammer Valentine threw on that fucking figure 4, it was over. You
Nope,
know?
I know that. Well, the best was like when Paul Orndorff pile drived you. It was over. Now a pile driver is just like, it's like a headlock.
Yeah, exactly.
Now a pile driver is like a headlock. You're just like, what?
Yeah.
There's some crazy ones now. The back, when they do the pile drivers from behind, those are crazy.
Jesus Christ.
But
that's
anyway,
insanity.
so the whole time that we were not doing podcasts, I also wasn't watching AEW, but I'm such a dork. I mean, I couldn't just pick up where I left off. I literally had like 9 or 10 weeks of Dynamite and Rampage, and I got food poisoning like 2 weeks ago, and I caught up.
That's why there was we were going to do a show last week, and Paul was on the shitter.
And for the most part, I literally, you're just eating something, and then all of a sudden you go, "This ain't right." But we're both fat kids, so we just keep eating.
Oh my god! Speaking of fat kids, and we'll get back to like music shit, but one of the things that sucks about doing Instacart is you're in grocery stores all day, so there's impulse buys. And I have to.
If you tell me you've got like watermelon Oreos or something, I'm gonna disconnect.
No, dude, fuck it. Well, they have these grapes, but they taste like cotton candy.
I haven't had those yet.
You can't keep eating them because then they just taste like grapes. But if the first few that you have, you take that first bite and it's like, oh my god. But they're grapes, so they're healthy. So, all right, but here, this got me. And of course, I ate almost the whole bag while fucking working today. Lay's Ridges Funyun flavor.
Oh my god, that sounds like something 2 people in the entire universe eat. Izzy Presley and some like rando creep in like Wyoming that lives in a basement.
And I'm not gonna lie, they're better than Funyuns.
Come on.
Yes.
Like, do you know the market research that goes into somebody saying, "Let's make Funyun Lay's potato chips"? You know, it wasn't just like we get drunk and we have dumb ideas and we go, okay,
hey, let's do a podcast.
Let's do a podcast. Yeah. Do you know like what kind of market research, the money that was spent for them to say, okay, let's do Funyun flavored Lays, which are basically onion flavored Lays, which are basically sour cream and onion Lays.
Right.
But you put the Funyun tag on them. Yeah. Nah. But I'm not a Funyuns guy, so I'm gonna have to let you take full ownership.
They also have the Lays, not the ruffle not the ridged Lays, but with Cool Ranch Dorito flavor on them.
Wait, Lays with Cool Ranch Dorito?
Yeah. So they're not the Doritos tortilla chips. They're like the regular Lay's potato chips, but they got the Cool Ranch flavor on it.
Shout out to Johnny Martin, who's texting me right now.
Oh, hi, Johnny.
Oh, and I missed the last text message you sent me on my birthday, which was him with no pants on.
Oh, nice. Johnny likes to do stuff like that for people's birthdays. Oh, speaking of birthdays, if anybody's in Vegas on October 22nd, I'll be celebrating my 50th here in Vegas. While ACK.
Why do I feel like October 22nd? All right, so the whole month.
ACK, it hasn't been announced yet, but I'll announce it here because we're opening for a foreigner tribute at Vamped. And it's going to be like my 50th birthday party here in Vegas. And there might be something going on in LA on the 19th on my actual birthday that I can't.
I actually have the 19th on my calendar. It says Izzy Presley birthday.
Aww.
It is on there. We are trying to figure out which Kiss cruise we're going on. And I just had an unfortunate thing happen today that pissed me off, but it might be a blessing in disguise because now if I go on the second Kiss cruise, which is the one I really want to go on because Striper's on it. Nothing to do with Kiss, Striper's on it.
Dude, they killed it, Monsters on the Mountain.
Oh, I love it. They're just, oh my God, I love Striper. Love Striper. But Lita's on the first one.
Yeah.
Striper's on the second one. And I thought about doing both, but I'm like, I can't do both. I always, there's usually, because I mean, for the people that haven't been on the rock cruises, usually the ships have back to back cruises because they've already got the stages set up and stuff like that. So you'll have like, Shiprocked will go out, and then you'll have right after that they'll have like a rave cruise, and then right after that'll be a jam band cruise, then right after that'll be I'm just making Chris Jericho cruise. I'm just making up cruises. I'm like making up, but you know what I
mean. Yeah. If they're all put on by the same company.
Right. So, or sometimes they're not the same company, but they've got. So we've been on Shiprocked a couple times where it's been followed up by a rave cruise, and we've actually been offered, hey, just stay on the ship. And we've never actually had, because little known fact about me, I love EDM. We've never had the testicular fortitude, to quote a professional wrestler, to actually stay on the ship for a second cruise. And one of these days I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 2 cruises in a row, back to back.
I've done 3 in a row, back to back.
You've done back to back.
The first run that we did hosting karaoke was Monsters of Rock cruise. Then we get off and get right back on for Moody Blues. Then we get off and get right back on for a Cruise to the Edge. So I was basically on a boat for 2 weeks.
Sorry, I'm switching earpieces.
Oh, sounds much gooder.
Does it sound much gooder? No, that's because I'm on my computer. Does it sound much gooder? Because I'll stay without the earpieces.
No, it sounds better now.
Oh, sound better now? Then you know what? I'll keep the earpiece off. Usually I have it off, but I'm home alone right now. And the mailman already came, so the dog shouldn't start barking. So safety is, I don't have to worry about the earpiece. All righty then. But what was the third one? Because my earpiece died as
Cruise to the Edge.
Cruise to the Edge, the Yes Cruise. Okay.
Yes. And so that was when I got to know Jeff LeBar, because he was in a cover band called Cheap Thrill with Birmingham and Troy Patrick Farrell, who's been on the show, and Brandon Gibbs. And they did all 3 cruises, and that's when I got to know LeBar. And I just remember the last night of the Cruise to the Edge, and I always goof on the Cruise to the Edge people, but I respect the fuck out of them, and I love them because they're so intense about the fucking music, and it's amazing to see that much, love and respect for the music. And prog fans, that's how they are. But I just remember, as a fucking rock guy, we were so progged out and we were just dead, after 3 cruises, and it was the last show of the night,
Yeah.
the last show of the cruise before karaoke. And I think it was Saga that was playing. And LeBar and I are at the bar, and I yelled Freebird.
Oh my God. And here's the other thing.
But just hold on. Hold on.
All right.
Here's the best part. Nobody turned around. Nobody acknowledged it. Nobody gave me the finger. And Jeff and I are just like, what the fuck? They are so into the music that they didn't even fucking flinch when somebody yelled Freebird, which is the greatest song ever written, by the way.
Oh, it's awesome. Another little known fact about me, I used to run North America for the prog rock label Inside Out. I was the label manager for Inside Out and for North America. So I worked with all those prog bands, and most of them don't have a sense of humor. You get the you'll get your rando guy that all of a sudden is just like gets it, but sometimes it's a completely different world.
Yeah, no, it is. Like, there's a band that's on Cruise to the Edge every year called Moon Safari, and they're from Sweden, and they always come up to karaoke and have a blast. Like this last run, they just brought the whole family, and the whole family was up there. Like this young girl was singing, and she was great. But I started calling them Dark Side of the Moon Safari. But they get it. They get the humor. They thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Good people. Good people.
Good people. Good people.
Good people. Good people. Yeah, dude. So since
the problem with me being off earpiece now is that you're going to hear my text messages and WhatsApps pinging.
That's fine. Well, unless you want to go back to earpiece, that's fine.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
You can hear how unpopular I
am. So since something cool that happened since we've been gone, I went to see. Well, this is actually a fucking weekend here. The Friday night, I went to see Firehouse at the Westgate, which is the old fucking Imperial. And they were playing in Elvis's fucking on Elvis.
Westgate is where Barry Manilow is now, right?
Correct, Mundo.
Right.
And
I was in Vegas for Faster Pussycat, which you were at.
Yes.
And Fred Minnick, bourbon specialist. And I went in we went in a day early for my birthday. And then I ended up staying because my brother was in a pool tournament at Westgate.
Gotcha.
And it was funny. I was at somewhere. I was at one of the pools, and I said, I've got to go to Westgate. And someone goes, why? Do you know somebody in a pool tournament? Because that's the only reason anyone goes to Westgate. And I was like, oh my God, that's funny. So that's why I know what Westgate is, because I went to Westgate.
Right. But yes, and if anybody that listens to the show have any hookups, if I do not see the white berry before I die, or he retires or dies, I will cry.
All right, hold on a minute. I got to get out of the Johnny Martin text message, because keep talking and I'm going to show you something.
But so anyways, so Firehouse is playing there, and I'm very good friends with the Firehouse guys.
I thought I was, but the last time they played Vegas before this, I was in town and I hit Leverty up like 52 times and he never got back to me. So I thought I was friends with him, but apparently time has decimated my friendship.
So after the show, we were down in the bowels for the VIP thing. And their manager, or their tour manager, Joey. I hope he doesn't listen to this, because I fucking forgot his name. Joey. Anyways. He goes, you want to go see the dressing room, the Elvis dressing room? I'm like, yes. Oh my God, look at that hair.
Like, literally, I'm in a picture with Barry Manilow, and Barry Manilow is not the gayest looking person.
Yeah.
I mean, everything about that. I think I'm
Oh,
wearing more makeup than him. Yeah, it's I'm like a photo negative of the new Kim Kardashian. I'm like, what the hell?
so yeah, so I got to go into Elvis's dressing room, and inside the bathroom in Elvis's dressing room there is a what looks like a prison bed, and
Okay.
apparently he had that in there in case he didn't feel like going up to his fucking suite in between shows.
No, there's a lot to be said for taking naps in bathrooms. I mean,
Exactly.
people leave you alone,
Um,
close the door, take a quick
yeah.
5 minutes. It's you got bathrooms are good.
Um,
Bathrooms are good for that. Multifunctional.
and then he took me to the other side of the stage. There's a spot, and they actually have it. I took a photo with it of me kneeling down by it, where Elvis would do his pre-show prayer before he went on stage. And ironically, I was talking to a couple of the security guys down there. I'm like, "Have you guys seen anything?" They go, "What do you mean?" I'm like, well, I mean, you've heard the Wayne Newton story, right? They go, "What do you mean?" Well, because Wayne was on Celebrity Ghost Stories, and he told the story because he took over for Elvis after Elvis died.
Ah,
And the story he tells is he was on stage, and the the balcony was closed, so there was
hmm
nobody in the balcony, right? So there's not supposed to be anybody in the balcony. He was on stage, and you can find this on the interwebs. Him telling the story, and like all the power goes out, and he looks
Wow.
up in the balcony, and there's Elvis standing there watching him, and they were friends. And Elvis kind of gave the what up
All right.
and disappeared. And as that happened, all the power came back on. But he said it was instantaneous, and it was weird because the band never stopped. It's a
Wow.
weird story, but like the security guys, like, well, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't believe this if there wasn't two people there, but there's people that have seen shadows in the shape of Elvis.
Mm.
So it's like, oh, that's pretty badass.
You know,
Yeah.
I really.
And then the next night, I got to bow to the altar of Richie Kotzen at Vamped.
Ah.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. And then I got to do it all over again the week after in Gatlinburg for Monsters on the Mountain.
How was Monsters on the Mountain?
It was, dude, it was fucking awesome. It was great. Fuck. It was so good. It was
Other than
so
Richie,
good.
what were some of the highlights?
Well, Beeler and Soto are
Mhm.
always a fucking riot. If they're coming through your town, you have to go see
Yeah.
that show. It's an acoustic show, but you will laugh your ass off and you'll love the songs. I saw Chris McClernand.
Mhm.
He was there because I think Cold Sweat.
Cold Sweat. Yep.
Cold Sweat played.
Also,
So
Chris also has a solo record that is called Canal. That was not as a shameless plug. You just happened to mention Chris McClernand, and I have the CD sitting. Unfortunately, he sent me a CD, and I don't even know how to play CDs anymore. But, I'm waiting for the final.
I don't have a couch yet, but at least I have a thing behind me that has all my CDs on it.
I wish I knew you didn't have a couch. I finally, after I moved to LA with a couch that I'd had for about 3 years there. So I moved to LA in 2001. So I've had a couch for about 25 years, but it's still great. You know the couch. You've been on it before. I
Yeah.
literally gave it away. I gave all my furniture away
Well,
because I got a new
but
room and stuff.
but that doesn't matter. There's no way I could have gotten it.
No, strap it on the top of your car.
My golf cart.
Can you imagine? That would have been amazing.
But the other than Kotzen, the highlight for me was fucking Brother Kane.
Brother Kane are amazing.
Oh my god. I didn't fanboy out on anybody that whole weekend, not even Richie, because now I fuck with Hi Richard.
Yeah.
I just fuck with Richie because he's a friend, yada yada yada. But I fanboyed out on fucking Damon Johnson a little bit
Yeah.
because I've never met him.
Oh,
And
Damon's
god
awesome. Yeah.
damn, Brother Kane was so fucking good. But the whole weekend was great, man. That Larry and everybody that puts that on, the family it's family.
Yeah.
And it's just to be able to
Is
be
it
part
a
of that
lot of the
stuff.
same people? Is it kind of like Shipwrecked on land? Is it
Yeah.
not Shipwrecked on Monsters of Rock on land?
Yeah.
Is it a lot
Yep.
of the same people?
Yep, absolutely. It's just the bands don't play twice and they're not there all weekend. You know, they
Right.
do their show. And I got a message from somebody, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I know what I was going to tell you. You're on a shuttle tomorrow to the airport with Joe Satriani, so don't fuck up." It was me and Don Jameson and Satriani, and I just sat in the back and listened to those two.
Oh my god.
Satriani's a super nice guy.
I don't really know Joe. I was trying to look over. I'm trying to look over to see if I can see who won the football game. But all right. What did I did that's kind of like Monsters?
Well, I will say this while you're thinking about Gatlinburg was great. That town is great because everything's boom. It's right there. It's a fucking monument to consumerism.
Yeah.
You know, but it's cool. And there's two things that they love in Gatlinburg. It's pancakes and Jesus.
Yep.
There's like fucking.
Do they have Jesus shaped pancakes?
They should. But it's like there's like in just the 2-block radius that they ran, I think there was 7 pancake houses.
Wow.
And we partook because I'm fat, you know.
Partook. We partook in the pancake.
And there's bears. They have black bears just wandering around.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, Monsters of the Mountain was fucking great.
Kind of like LA, we just have criminals wandering around.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. People shitting on the sidewalk.
Yeah, you know, I mean, bears do that too. That's
right.
I think bears actually have the decency to go in the woods.
That's Aruba.
Little bit of self-awareness there.
Yeah.
I was at the Sirius XM, the private the Ozzy Osbourne event at Sirius XM that they did with the Ozzy, where it was Ozzy, Zach, Andrew, and Billy Morrison hosting. I believe Billy Morrison. I think he hosted. And they played the whole album. This was like actually about a month ago. They played the whole Patient Number 9, and then they did a huge Q&A session with Ozzy. It was like a bunch of winners. I mean, literally, I'm not being sarcastic saying what a bunch of winners. I mean, it was a bunch of Sirius XM contest winners that were there. Yeah. So that was really good. It's I mean, an interesting album when Ozzy can play with. Actually comes out tomorrow. Or tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes out tonight at midnight. But it's Eric Clapton's on it. Jeff Beck's on it. Yeah, it's insane. Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Zach Wilde. I feel like I'm missing somebody. I feel like Tony Iommi. So Beck, Iommi, Clapton, and Zach.
At the beginning of every track, does he go, "We're gonna do a number for you now that features the guitar work of Mr. Eric Clapton, man"?
He doesn't, but it was very funny because he had apparently they've got one whole side of Zach's songs. So on the vinyl, it's a double vinyl.
Okay.
And I believe it's side 3, if I recall correctly. I haven't gotten my vinyl yet. It should arrive hopefully tomorrow or the next day. But the vinyl, one whole side is just all Zach songs. And Zach had like probably the best line of the whole. Actually, there were a couple good lines because Ozzy's funny as hell. But Zach's like, yeah, that's so you know what side to skip. Just, you know.
Speaking of Zach, we haven't talked about this. What are your thoughts on the Zach and Charlie and Phil and
I love it. I think it was a monumental, one of the most epic, flubbed, botched rollouts in the history of our genre. I think it was an embarrassment how badly that was rolled out and how badly it was botched. That said, had they done it correctly, I think it would have been perceived a lot differently. I think it's amazing. I mean, I knew Dime and Vinny pretty well. I'll even go so far as to say very well. and they'd be proud of this. I mean, there's not two people that they'd rather. I mean, there's no one better than Charlie Benanti to go, the friend of the show, Charlie Benanti, to go play the Vinny parts, and Zach is, Zach and Dime are brothers. I mean, it's perfect. I think the whole key is it's a celebration. It's not the band. They shouldn't be calling it. They shouldn't be calling it a reunion, because it's not a reunion. It's a celebration of. It's a tribute to. And I think that was really, they botched that badly, because had they framed it the right way when they announced it, I think people would have perceived it differently.
Do you know how it got leaked? And if you do know, are you able to talk about it?
I'm not able to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay. No, all right. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I could talk about it. It was, I mean, it got leaked to Billboard. So somebody issued a press release to Billboard telling them that the tour was happening. That was basically it. Somebody issued a press release that shouldn't have been released. So that was, now beyond there, there's different rumor and speculation over why it was released. We don't know technically who released it. But it is definitely, if somebody issued a press release, a statement to Billboard telling them who the agent was and everything else. So that was what happened.
But it wasn't supposed to.
In that press release, they called it a reunion, which that was sloppy.
And look, there's a lot of people that were pissed about it. I'm like, dude, that's fucking that's their legacy too.
Yeah, I like Jay, the singer of Drowning Pool, was doing an interview. Here's my shameless plug. New Drowning Pool music is out. First song came out a couple weeks ago called Mind Right, and it was kind of their homage to Pantera. Second song out, Choke, that's out now. So check both those out on all your favorite streaming. New Drowning Pool album out September 30th. And I'll be on the road with Drowning Pool from September 26th until October 14th. And then November 4th until November 21st. So if anyone wants to come out to those Drowning Pool shows, you'll find me at the merch stand.
There you go. And October 14th, Red Letter.
I'll buy you a drink.
Also, October 14th, the Smoking Kill is opening up for Killer Dwarfs on their 40th anniversary tour.
Nice.
Yeah, here in beautiful Las Vegas. At
the Majestic Vamped?
No, it's at Rockstar Bar.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. I would. It would be amazing to be at Vamped, but it's at Rockstar Bar, which I heard is a very cool place, and 5 minutes away. That's great. So that's nice.
To get myself back on track, because my OCD will kill me, crush me. The Jay Moreno, singer of Drowning Pool, they were doing an interview and they were asking him about what they thought about the Pantera shows coming up, and Jay had a really, really good point about it. Jay's got teenage sons who never had the opportunity to see Pantera.
Right.
He's like, you know what? I get to go experience Pantera now with my sons, and that's something I never thought I'd be able to do. And I think in the whole scheme of bitchy people being assholes and just looking for reasons to complain about anything, it's about commercialism. Yeah, everything's about fucking commercialism. Right. None of us do what we do not to make money. I mean, come on. And you don't go work wherever you work not to make money. And this is a job for people. And it's like, yeah, it's about money, but at the end of the day, it's also about celebrating the music of a band and celebrating the band's legacy. And that's a very, very good point Jay had. He's like, he gets to go celebrate Pantera with his kids, and he never thought he'd have that opportunity. So, like Gene and Paul, they talk about like, will there be Kiss after Kiss? I'm sure there will be. Maybe someday Nick will be the next Gene, Nick Simmons. Who knows?
He's the one who should be the next.
Why shouldn't another generation get to celebrate like the fucking brilliance that is Kiss? I don't have a problem. I don't care. Do it. I don't have. If I don't want to go, I don't have to go. But why shouldn't you do it?
Exactly. And I'm so torn. It's like I do want to go see him one last time, even though they keep adding dates to the. Oh, this is it. but we're gonna do 100 more shows,
Yeah.
and then that's it.
And that's
After
it.
the other 100 we're gonna add. It's like come on. But they've got a 50th anniversary coming up.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I mean, what do you expect? But nah, dude,
we had a little small we had a small get together at Andy Gould's house on Labor Day, Monday, and there were probably about 15 of us there. And one of the guys, Andy Daw, who we'll probably have on the show someday to talk about Kiss, he handles Kiss at Universal.
Yeah. He was supposed to be on like a year ago.
Yeah. So Andy, we're hanging out and we were just being goofy, and we decided that it would be great if someone's son basically rickrolled Andy's home entertainment system and started changing all the music, and we were laughing at how long it was going to take Andy to realize Rick Astley was playing instead of like whatever he had playing. And then I was like, put Kiss on. Andy hates Kiss. Put Kiss on. And then Andy Daw was like, for the rest of the night, let's just say everything like we're Paul Stanley on stage and see how long it takes. See how long it takes Andy to figure out what we're doing. And it was quite funny. The only thing that made it funnier was that I had no voice left after about 4 days.
So you were sound like Paul now.
There was nothing's coming out of my mouth. I was like, oh my God. I mean, at that point, I could barely even drink. I was just like, oh my God. But yeah, so we were.
Speaking of that, I am out of Natter Day.
Natter Day?
I think I need to walk all the way over to the fridge to.
So should play hold music. Dun, 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 dun. I'm starting the hold music, and you're not there yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Go grab your Natter Light. I have my cool, refreshing water.
I can actually I can edit in that
hold music, so I don't have to do it.
Right.
This would be fantastic if you tripped. We just see like Izzy face plants as he's running back to the desk. You could actually see Izzy in the background. You see the light go off in his kitchen.
And hold on.
He forgot something. I think I see a Jack Daniels bottle in his hand.
There may or may not be Jack Daniels bottle.
Yeah, I was right. I saw Jack Daniels. You can't put anything. You gotta get up really in the morning to get something past me.
But since I hung out with our close personal friend Ahmet,
yes,
and I was at his studio, and he said, "What kind of whiskey would you like?" Like, I don't know, give me something you would drink. He goes, "Ooh." Stroked his mustache, and he opened the fridge and he pulled a bottle of whiskey out of the fridge. So now I keep my Jack Daniels in the fridge because of that.
I'm guessing he didn't pull out Jack Daniels though.
No, he did not, but he did have Jack Daniels on hand.
Yes. Wait, what's that Monsters of Rock Hollywood shirt you're wearing?
This is from the when we did the West Coast. Monsterwood, okay. Yes. And I believe this is the first shirt that myself and Brian were on.
Oh.
Yeah, very excited about that. Yes.
Let's see the back of that shirt. Let's see the back really fast. I just want to see Izzy contort because I think that's funny. Let's see. Oh yeah. I mean, I can't read shit, but yeah, no, I see it. So you're on there somewhere.
Yeah, on the bottom.
Oh, nice. And he moons us.
Of course. Was there ass crack in there? Nice. As well there should be.
Oh my God. I just lost my appetite.
I reached out to this guy today. Jason McMaster would love to come on the show.
Oh.
Dangerous Toys and freshly.
I have a video from the Youngblood show. You want to see some Youngblood?
Nice.
Want to do hold on, let's see if I can pull this off and we could actually see the show I did not go to do this instead.
Would you like to give you access to share screen?
Nope, I don't have to share screen because I could do it this way.
There's rapping.
Yeah. He's good. He's fantastic. You know, it's not for everyone, but he's also, I could be his father twice. So
There is one band.
I could be. I think literally I could be his grandfather biologic. Let me think. Hold on. I think I could be his grandfather. So
You probably could because you're like 70.
no, born in 71. You look like you're hard at work now.
I am trying to find the name of this. There's a band that we saw at and I actually introed at Monsters on the Mountain. They played up on the deck, and when I introed them, and there was fucking this rainstorm came through, so they had to tear everything down. Satriani did his thing inside by the deck, so they were behind, and they did like an acoustic show up on this deck, but because the sound guys were working so hard to get everything set up, I'm like, dude, I'll just yell the intro. So I just went up there and, ladies and gentlemen, I did it like that, fucking hardcore. But they are called Cody Parks and the Dirty South, and it's gritty fucking southern rock.
Wow.
If you will fucking love these guys. Nice, super nice guys too. And these are the guys that are out there in a fucking van.
Wow.
So these are the guys that are paying their fucking dues. They're out there doing it. So check these guys out. Cody Parks and the Dirty South. You'll love them. Fucking love them.
It reminds me of was her name Cody too? Nashville Pussy.
Ow.
Hold on a second. I'm looking to see if it's the same. Corey Parks, I think. Hold on, I gotta look this because it's gonna drive me crazy now. All right, Nashville Pussy. Blaine and Reuter. Cherokee Parks. All right, yeah, Corey Parks. Corey Parks. I was right. All right. I knew I wasn't completely insane. So let me think. What else? Saw Queensryche. That's on the Metal Edge site. You can go see all about that there. Saw the Queensryche and then hung out with a bunch of people from Shiprock. It was fantastic. We had a really good time.
Nice.
And I actually owe one of them an email because he emailed me the next morning and I never emailed him back. But that's what happens when you're fighting a hangover. What else? I'm trying to think what else. Rod Stewart. You were supposed to come to Rod Stewart.
That's right.
You moved, so you didn't come to Rod Stewart, but I had
right.
Rod Stewart and Cheap Trick.
Yeah, so you took Matt Larson instead of me.
Matt Larson went instead of you. Yes. Anthrax were amazing at the Palladium.
Yeah. We played the Smoking Kills. We played
same night as Anthrax.
Same night, a block away. And Dawson's first line right before we started was, we're the Mike Dawson and the Smoking Kills, and thank you for not going to Anthrax tonight.
What else? I saw Red Hot Chili Peppers in Vegas. Had a great time, but the show didn't blow me away. The Strokes blew me away.
Wait, hold on, time out. You were across the street from me.
Do you live? Do you live in it on the sidewalk across the street from the? Because
I live literally right there is Mandalay Bay.
Okay.
And then right on the other side of the fucking highway is Allegiant Stadium.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I went down there. There's a cat that's filling in for us on guitar. His name is Johnny Hazard. If you're ever in fucking Vegas, he plays all these lounges, and he's got Johnny Hazard is it's not a gimmick name. It's his fucking real name.
That's his real name.
It's his real name. and he'll do these lounges, but he does it. So he does the loop on the guitar. So he starts out, he'll start out the song and do the rhythm, and he plays lead over it, but he has a fucking electronic snare drum, so he'll bust the fucking snare drum, and so there'll be fucking drums in it too.
Wow.
But he's got Kotzen swagger.
Wow.
And he looks, you're watching, he's got the sunglasses on and the hat. Dude, he looks like fucking he's a spawn of fucking like Waylon.
That's awesome.
And so he's going to be filling in on guitar for us when we open up for the Killer Dwarfs on the 14th. And on bass guitar, we have Scotty Griffin.
Wait, when you say us, you're talking about Ack?
No, Smoke and Kills.
Smoking Kills. Okay.
Smoke and Kills, yeah.
So the Smoking Kills. All right. So Ack is opening for Foreigner tribute.
The Foreigner tribute band.
I'm just gonna. Ack is opening for Foreigner tribute.
Yes.
You gotta put a long enough space in it. Ack is opening for Foreigner tribute. Just
right.
Yeah, all right. It's just perception is everything.
Yes.
Ack is opening for the Foreigner tribute. Smoke and Kills are opening for
Killer Dwarfs.
Killer Dwarfs. Okay, now I got it.
Yeah.
All right. That's very cool.
And we will the Killer Dwarfs are currently on their 40th anniversary tour, and they have a new record coming out. And Russ has a new solo record coming out with Bumblefoot on it too. So we'll have to get those boys on again. Definitely. Without technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And,
well, look, we will hopefully I'm out with, like I said, I'm out with Drowning Pool from September. I'm heading to Connecticut next week. Actually this weekend probably, but I could do stuff from there. I'm out with Drowning Pool for basically 5 or 6 weeks, but I'll try to get stuff. Okay. I'll see what I could do. Maybe I'll grab Drowning Pool guys on the road.
Because the Dwarfs, I think they're in the US right now. Right. And we actually,
anyone that knows anything knows that America has better Wi-Fi than Canada, so it'll probably work.
But we could probably get Dunk on again and Russ, and so we can get those full stories from both of them sitting next to each other on Dunk's bed or something like that, because that would be really hot.
Very cool.
Yeah,
and hopefully, where do we? Hopefully we'll see the Skid Row guys coming up at some point soon. They've got a new record coming out, and everything I've heard off it is fantastic. Couple songs are out now. What else? There's a bunch of stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to have the Drowning Pool guys on at some point with their new album.
So I can ask Jay again if it's his first record with.
Totally ask him about what it was like to be in Soil, just something embarrassing. Sorry, that was the singer before Jay was in Soil. On a non music related note, because we've had a bunch of those already, I did a fantasy football draft yesterday with absolutely no preparation whatsoever. I do like football, but I kind of stopped paying attention to player moves and everything like that. I winged it, and at the end, like, Yahoo sends out grades, and I got the second highest grade of all the teams. I got a B+.
Wow. I actually
just like college, I managed to pull off a B+ without opening a book.
I actually used to do a podcast league, and I had
really?
listeners in it. Yeah, and then I just kept winning because I'm that fucking good and brilliant and amazing.
Now I feel like we need to do one.
I've been retired for about 6 years.
For 6 years.
You know what? But you know what? And I'm okay with it, because then I could just watch the Vikings and only care about the Vikings and not.
You can just watch the Vikings lose and have nothing left to play for.
Exactly, and rip on Packer fans.
Yeah, I take the Packer stuff a little seriously. I take the Packer stuff a little personally, rather. I will say this. I stopped caring about football completely when they started kneeling for the national anthem, and I am at the point where I have zero team loyalty anymore. If the guy I consider myself a Packer fan, but I'm not losing an ounce of sleep if the Packers lose a game. As I've said
Right. Yeah.
repeatedly,
Yeah.
you know what? If Aaron Rodgers wants to get upset because there weren't enough people at the Drowning Pool show, then I'll get upset when the Packers lose. But until we get to that point, it's entertaining. And if they lose, they lose. If they win, they win.
Yep.
I actually like fantasy for football because it gives me a reason to watch the games that I wouldn't otherwise watch.
No, I get it, but I wouldn't be opposed to doing a podcast NHL fantasy league.
I will do that in a heartbeat because I want an excuse to watch hockey.
You don't need an excuse to watch hockey because hockey fucking.
No, I know, but I need an excuse to dive headfirst into hockey and obsess over it like I obsess over baseball. And the only excuse would be if I have a fantasy team and I have to check stuff every day.
All right, well,
because
let's do that.
I'm way too freaking busy to just randomly become a hockey fan. I love hockey. I just don't know the players and I don't know all that. But if I'm going to do something like that, I have to be competitive.
I love this. So the league doesn't start. The season doesn't start till October.
Okay.
So
we have time.
We have time. So right now, if you want to be in this, I will set this up tonight. I will set it up on probably fucking Yahoo or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the easiest one.
Do it on Yahoo because that's where I have my baseball. Some
there
of my baseball and football are there, so I could just toggle between all three.
And my team name is my team name is the Job Squad.
Job Squad, okay.
Job Squad, yes. And if you're a wrestling geek, you know that reference.
I don't know what my team name is. I have to wait and see. I get some inspiration.
How big are we gonna go? 8 teams? I think 8 teams is good.
I don't like when you can field 2 more teams with guys left in the free agent pool. Like in baseball, when you have like a 10-team mixed league and there's like literally there's always a closer sitting in the free agent pool. Like, I don't like that. I like there to be some sort of positional scarcity. That's my personal opinion. As a guy who has never played fantasy hockey before, I would still like it to be like competitive like that. But you tell me the size you think works best.
8 or 10. 8
or 10. If it's 8 or 10, I would say 10.
Okay. Well, so we need 8 people. And
yes, exactly. There we go. We need 8 people. And you know what? If we can only get 6 people, then we'll do 8.
So we need 6 people because Scotty is going to be involved.
Yeah.
Well, actually, okay. So Bruce from Canada will probably be involved. Anybody that listens to Canada is probably going to be involved. Maybe I can get one of the dwarfs involved. I could probably get Dunk involved because I think Dunk would do it. Dunk would love to do it. Then we get one of the killer dwarfs. Maybe Lori from Australia.
Maybe we do the draft live.
Oh, dude, I love it.
We could do the draft via Zoom.
Oh, dude.
Every once in a while, I have a good idea.
That is fucking brilliant. All right. So if you want to be in the Fantasy Hockey League, I am going to set it up after we're done recording this. And
Venmo Izzy $1,000 and you're in.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Then I can pay my rent this month. It's awesome. And maybe get a couch.
And maybe get a couch. Oh my God.
So, all right, there we go. It will be the metal.
I love you. You don't have a couch. That's the one thing. I know I don't. I know people with only a couch, and you don't have a couch.
I don't. There's a space waiting for it. I just haven't found it. Well, I did find the right one, but it's like $900 or $800, and I don't want to spend $800 on a couch because I don't have $800. Even though I could
probably, like, if it's anything like LA and Vegas, you can just find one on the side of the street.
It's not like LA.
I actually go out of the way, like whenever, like I'm gonna have to walk my dog as soon as we get off this, and he will, anything that anybody puts on the side of the street, I let him piss all over it, just because I think it's funny that if somebody picks it up, my dog pissed on it. So
No, you can find them. I just haven't found the right one yet. You got to find the right one instead of just a couch. But I
Yeah,
do need
no,
a
couches are
couch.
important. Like I said, I just got my first new couch in 25 years, and
There's an amazing one at Big Lots that I would love. It would be perfect for me, but not gonna happen
why?
because it's like $800.
Oh, couches are expensive.
They are,
Like,
but they deliver it, and then I don't have to fucking worry about moving it.
it is. Yeah, I mean, I had. So this is actually kind of funny. So a friend of ours took just moved into a place and he needed. I was just we were at the Rainbow one night and I was like, we got a new couch, but I can't have it delivered till I figure out what I'm gonna do with the old couch. I don't want to put it on Craigslist. I don't want to just shove it out on the street, blah blah blah, because then my dog will piss on it. But he was like, "Oh my god, I need a couch," and I was like, "Do you want our couch?" He's like, "Oh my god, I'll take the couch." So it was perfect. But he was supposed to come. The couch was supposed to get delivered between 10:30 and 12:30 on a Saturday. He then tells me he can't get here until like noon, and the couch actually got here a half hour early. How often does that happen? So I'm like
Wow.
literally removing the couch on my own. We've got like the couch stacked in the dining room, waiting for him to get here to pull it out. It was pretty funny. It was pretty
Dude, back to rock and roll. Back to rock and roll. Back on track.
Why?
Last Friday, I saw Enough's Enough at Vamped. Or was it Saturday? It was one of the nights. I don't know. I got drunk. No, it was Friday because Saturday was there was a Kiss tribute and a Sabbath tribute that had a right-handed guitar player and a left-handed bass player. So when I took the photo, I had to swap it. Ah,
That's from the Rainbow Show.
nice. I
And in the
fucking love
background, if
Chip.
you look really closely, there's Andy Gould
Ah.
talking to Chaz from Yachtly Crew. Yeah.
So Enough's Enough. Fucking. If you have not seen Enough's Enough live, you got to go see these guys. They're fucking great, dude. You obviously have, but like if you're listening to us and you haven't seen them, please go see them. But so after the show, I went to the Palace Station where they were staying, and myself and Jason, who was filling in on guitar. Bro, he's an Iowa kid, but he's a Packer fan, which is dumb. And he lives in Wisconsin right now, which is also dumb because it's Wisconsin and Packers. But we're sitting there with Chip and listening to Chip tell stories. I could have sat there for hours listening to Chip tell stories. Chip, Jesus, fuck. So you bring up somebody's name. Oh, Izzy, let me tell you about that guy. You know, he knows everybody. Everybody.
Who was he? This was the Vegas show.
The Vegas show, yeah. They did a couple of the Beatles too. They weren't doing the full like Beatles show. God, they're so fucking good.
I would be really curious to see. I've seen them. I feel like I've seen them about half a dozen times since COVID ended. So I would no, seriously. There's just bands. I've seen Enough's Enough. Every time I'm somewhere, Enough's Enough is playing, and Striper is the other one that I've seen a lot. I'm not complaining. It's just I've seen. Seems
Right,
like
right.
festival I end up at, Striper's playing. But I would love to see Enough's Enough Beatles set. I think that would be awesome.
We saw that in Nashville at Creatures Fest. They did the full Beatles thing. It's so fucking good.
That's awesome.
It's so good.
Awesome.
And so my buddy Kai from the band Flip, Bryn's brother, Chia Karaoke in the band. He's in LA, does a lot of artist stuff and music stuff, and now he's directing the next Ringo Starr video.
Oh wow.
And I'm extremely jealous because, Dude, it's fucking Ringo. That's probably my favorite Beatle.
That makes sense since Peter Criss is your favorite Kiss album.
It's a great record. It's a great record. And I'm starting to get a little loopy, as you can tell.
Oh, I didn't realize you're doing shots.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Yeah, you're gonna be drunk watching Chris Isaac videos and AWA wrestling.
Actually, no, I have to get caught up on Days of Our Lives.
How far behind are you?
2 days.
All right. See, I was about 9 weeks behind on AEW, and it took me 2 days to catch up. So,
see, my problem is that I do not have cable TV, so I can't watch AEW.
It's on YouTube. It's all on It's not on YouTube. It's on the TNT app. I'm just
how much is that app?
No, the TBS app. I'm not sure if you need, because I've watched it on the TBS app before. I'm not sure if you need a cable subscription to do the TBS app though. I
did see that the Peacock, they're running a special in September because whatever, it's $1.99 for a year per month, obviously.
Yeah.
But they have the WWE network.
And I think that comes with all the pay-per-views, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would just, watch the Stone Cold Steve Austin stuff because he's got his show on there. Which is great. The thing is called Stone Cold Unleashed or something like that.
In about 5 minutes, Cobra Kai comes out.
I haven't watched an episode yet.
So good.
It's on Netflix?
It's Netflix.
Yeah, I don't have Netflix.
Do I have to set you up a Netflix account?
I got rid of Hulu because I was paying $5.99 a month just to watch fucking Scrubs every night and fall asleep to it. So I got rid of Hulu. It's another expense I don't need.
Yeah, no. I don't have Hulu. I use somebody else's Hulu account, but I have a lot of trading going on with accounts. I got someone Disney. They got my Netflix. I got yeah.
Well, I would be willing to talk. we can negotiate.
All right. I think
let's say I sign up for and pay for the Peacock.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we're having an on-air negotiation here.
Yeah. And I'm okay with it.
Of something that's against the law, technically.
No, not necessarily because we're friends. We're brothers. We're family. Because they have the friends and family plan
family plan, which is what I have for Netflix. Yeah,
there you go.
Because my parents are on it, and yeah.
There you go. You go. So I will dive in.
Well, let me look before you do that. We'll talk off air because maybe I'll just do it. I'll let you know. I just gotta see what's on Peacock because I don't watch that much television as it is, so I just don't know.
You know what? Actually, my favorite fucking viewing app is Roku.
I have Roku. Someone recently turned me on to Pluto. And
I love Pluto. Dude, they have a Johnny Carson channel.
Yeah.
I love it.
Like Three's
and
Company.
They have a Julia Child channel.
It's like if I recall correctly, there's an emergency channel. Oh shit. That's right. I gotta check because the stars of Emergency are gonna be at the fire department. They filmed it on signing autographs. And I gotta get my emergency vinyl.
Did they only do like 2 seasons?
I think there were more seasons than that. Don't make me pull this shit up. Emergency was amazing. My search history while we're doing the show is pretty funny. All right, Emergency, 7 seasons.
They did 7 seasons. I remember that's why I liked the smaller one, not the full blown fire truck. But it was a smaller one.
Oh, okay.
Take the high class.
So who is it? The stars. Randolph Mantooth and Kevin Teague, I believe, are the two people that are going to be signing autographs. Yeah. Yep. I'm a dork. I love my autographs. All right. I gotta take my dog for a walk. I think this is
Yeah,
I think we're scraping the bottom of the barrel of stuff to catch up on. We got this.
I'm trying to think of that line from fucking Anchorman right now. What was fucking something Mantooth is a saint.
I don't remember.
His mom, fucking Vince Vaughn. His last name was Mantooth.
Vince Vaughn. Yeah, I don't remember.
About his mom, but something Mantooth is a saint. Anyways, hold on. Let me. I've got our outro music, and I'm going to hit that.
Okay.
Paul Gargano, MetalEdgeMagazine.com.
Oh, are you asking me or are you telling me?
No, I'm drunk, so I'm just.
It's MetalEdgeMag.com.
MetalEdgeMag.com.
Yes.
At MetalEdge85 on the Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
At Metal Edge Magazine on the Instagram.
That sounds about right.
And then you can find me at the Izzy Presley. All the way across the board, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And if you want your own personalized
Izzy
Presley, high class dapper Izzy video.
And we are only 31 followers away from 10,000 followers on the Metal Edge Instagram account. So head on over. We need 31 more followers before I'll take another podcast. How's that?
I fucking love it. Love it. Paul Gargano, I love you.
Love you too.
Next week, maybe next week we'll be back.
We'll be back next week.
We'll get something figured out. Thursday nights is going to be the new night. I think it's.
We'll see what my schedule looks like in week 2 weeks.
Anyways, on behalf of Paul Gargano, my name is Izzy Presley. I pee at pools.
And I swim in them after.